Scientists have been studying the universe for a long time, looking for some hint of life outside of this world. Well, a new discovery has many buzzing about the possibilities of just that. A planet similar to Earth has been found, and, in space terms, it's basically just next door. Absolutely. So, this new planet's name is Proxima B, and that's because it was found orbiting the star known as Proxima Centauri, which, in space terms, is basically just next door. It's the star next to our sun now. Researchers are pretty excited about this discovery. They first came across the possibility of a planet here in 2013. However, it took several years of subsequent studies using more precise instruments to monitor to be sure that it was there. But they have now confirmed that it was an international team of dozens of scientists. That's the announcement they have made today. Scientists haven't actually been able to look at this planet in any way directly. They have established its presence by measuring slight shifts in the color of light that's coming from this star. But they have come up with some ideas of what it might look like. This planet is about 1.3 times the size of Earth, so a little bit bigger, but not too much bigger. It is significantly closer to its star than we are to the Sun, but its star is smaller and dimmer. So they say that on the surface, it would be like a perpetual sunset. Additionally, they assert that you could walk on it. Expect and completely believe that a planet 1.3 times the mass of Earth is a terrestrial planet, which means that it is similar to Earth in its composition and shape. Thus, it isn't a gas ball or something. It's a terrestrial one that has a surface. Additionally, they assert that, based on observations on Proxima B, each year would be about 11 days, which indicates that we would probably be quite a bit older if that's how that works. Astronomers have discovered evidence of what could be an Earth 2.0. This artist's rendition depicts the rocky planet designated as orbiting Proxima B, the star in Proxima Centauri. Proxima Centauri is the closest star to our planet apart from the Sun, and it is about 4.25 light-years away. Present to discuss it with us is CBS News contributor and theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku. Dr. Kaku, I am ecstatic to talk about this. The finding of an Earth-like planet a mere 4.25 light-years away. How important is this? This is a waste of time because astronomers have hit the jackpot. This is their dream come true. A new chapter in astronomy has become available. Today, the holy grail of astronomy is to find the closest Earth-like twin, a doppelganger, in outer space. And now we've nailed it. After looking at 4,000 exosolar planets, we found the closest one in the end. One that looks very similar to the planet Earth, we think. Think about that. How did we not know this existed before? Well, these planets are very tiny and difficult to locate. Now take a look. Watching the stars at night in the nighttime sky, there are several hundred that you see at night, a few thousand, light-years distant. This planet is 4.25 light-years away. That's a hop, skip, and a jump. Additionally, my colleague Stephen Hawking has already stated that in 20 years' time, we'll send the first probes to the nearby stars. A new chapter in astronomy. Instead of trying to explore the solar system, which we are actually doing now, we're contemplating a trip to the next solar system in outer space. Elaborate. Tell us more about this recent activity on Proxima B. Well, Proxima Centauri, as you indicated, is the closest star to Earth, and it has a planet circling it. Proxima B, Proxima Centauri itself, is a part of a category of stars that is extremely common throughout the Milky Way galaxy. It's what we call a red dwarf. And as a result, it's now a real focal point to look for planets, and thus to look for signs of life that could exist there. The issue that red dwarf stars face is that they are notoriously unstable in terms of the amount of flare activity, and the flares, of course, can be deadly. It's like the coronal mass ejections that we occasionally encounter on Earth. Those kinds of stars can emit very harsh radiation, and you and I wouldn't survive them very well. So that raises the question of whether the life that could exist on Proxima B could survive. So, we're looking at these types of environments with greater scrutiny to see, really, what is the chance of life existing on these types of planets? Help us comprehend, if you will, why this great surge to search for life on other planets or places that are suitable for life outside our solar system. Most likely human life, which would move from Earth to these other planets. Not too far from Earth, but still speaking. Scientists have discovered a new planet known as Proxima B. We have found a terrestrial planet orbiting Proxima Centauri. It's the nearest exoplanet we will ever find because it is the nearest star to the Sun, and we are ecstatic about it. Excited because it's not only close to our solar system, but it may, in fact, be very similar to Earth. It's only slightly larger than our planet and likely has a rocky surface. It orbits its star at the right distance, with a similar temperature range as Earth, meaning it's possible Proxima B contains water. NASA has discovered a super-Earth that could have conditions to sustain life. 137 is the brand new exoplanet, light years away, or about roughly 800 trillion miles. Astronomers say the planet is about 1.5 times the size of Earth and has a tiny reddish orbit that is cooler than our Sun is a star. NASA declares that a super-Earth orbits such a short distance from that star. A year for that planet is equal to just 19 days on Earth. Well, the closest planet to Earth outside our solar system may not be as suitable to live on as scientists once thought. Recently, a large and lethal flare could be seen coming from Proxima B, the James Webb Space Telescope has recently revealed information that changes everything about life that we know beyond Earth. Proxima B is more than another distant planet. What it uncovered is shocking. Strange heat signals when none should exist. A planet smashed by harmful radiation, and a terrifying possibility that something or someone might be out there. Tune in because signals from Proxima Centauri are getting harder to ignore. A dead world or something more. Scientists believe that Proxima B has potential. It's positioned in a region often called the habitable zone, the area where conditions might allow liquid water to exist. That single fact was enough to create excitement. Now the excitement has shifted into something else entirely. An uneasy realization that this planet might not be the paradise once imagined. The question isn't if Proxima B can host life, but if. Life already exists. It is confined to a narrow orbit. Unlike the comfortable balance that Earth enjoys, instead of a long journey around its star, Proxima B zips around Proxima Centauri in just over 11 days. This fast orbit is due to its tight proximity, about 7 million kilometers away. Earth, on the other hand, is about 150 million kilometers from the Sun. That proximity comes at a cost. Scientists now believe Proxima B is tidally locked, meaning one side of the planet always faces its star, while the other remains in perpetual darkness. A world of extremes, split in two, scorched on one side and frozen on the other. With a setup like that, it's difficult to imagine life as we know it. But there's always a chance that something exists in the narrow strip of land between the light and dark zones. A region where temperatures could be just right. This area, often called the Terminator line, is a small area where the extremes of heat and cold meet. This would be a harsh, unstable place. But compared to the rest of the planet, it might be the only hope of surviving. Then there's the problem of radiation. Proxima Centauri is not a quiet, predictable star like our Sun. It's a red dwarf, which indicates trouble. Red dwarfs are notorious for their violent temperaments. They don't just shine, they explode, sending powerful bursts of radiation into space. This isn't a rare occurrence. It happens often and with force. These solar flares don't just create pretty light shows. They are capable of destroying atmospheres, scorching planets, and eliminating any unstable ecosystem trying to grow. The data coming from the James Webb Space Telescope suggests that Proxima Centauri is even more unstable than we expected. In April 2021, a massive solar flare erupted from the star. a flare 100 times more powerful than anything recorded from our sun. If Proxima B had an atmosphere, that one event might have eliminated it. If life had ever begun to form, it might have been obliterated in seconds. And that's just one event. These flares happen regularly, meaning Proxima B exists in a constant state of cosmic bombardment. Even with these obstacles, the idea of life will not end. It's a stubborn idea that clings to the edges of possibility. If Proxima B has a sufficiently powerful magnetic field, it may be able to protect itself from a portion of the radiation. If there are subterranean caves, life might be hiding where? The flares can't reach. If there is life, it would not be comparable to what we see on Earth. It wouldn't walk on two legs or breathe oxygen. It absolutely must be something tougher, something built for survival in a world that wants nothing more than to destroy it. The James Webb Space Telescope's powerful infrared sensors have given us the clearest look at Proxima B's surface yet, and what they found is unnerving. The heat map shows a stark contrast between the planet's two halves. One side remains endlessly baked under the relentless gaze of its star, while the other remains locked in an eternal frozen wasteland. Within those two extremes, where twilight stretches across a landscape, are range thermal signatures that don't quite make sense. The temperature of the surface does not fall as sharply as expected. That could mean several things, and none of them are comforting. It could be due to geological activity, meaning the planet itself is churning from within. It could also mean something completely different, something producing heat where none ought to exist. Some researchers argue that if anything is alive on Proxima B, it would be microscopic, hidden beneath the surface. Others believe that the constant radiation, the endless flares, and the brutal conditions make life impossible. However, there is also a real question. What if something intelligent ever existed there? Proxima B was once more hospitable. Could an ancient civilization have thrived before being wiped out by its own sun? Proxima B's stunning secrets have been revealed. And one of the most shocking discoveries was a planet's atmosphere, or more specifically, the potential absence of it. The ferocious combined radiation from Proxima Centauri, with the planet's close orbit, means that Proxima B is constantly bombarded with solar, wind, and particles with a lot of energy. Over time, this relentless assault could have stripped away the planet's atmosphere, rendering it desolate and exposed to the cold vacuum of space. But here's where things get interesting. Proxima, according to some scientists, might still retain a thin atmosphere, possibly composed of heavier gases, like carbon dioxide or nitrogen, which could provide some level of protection from the rays of the stars. The James Webb Telescope has given us the clearest glimpse yet of Proxima B's surface. And what it has revealed is both fascinating and mysterious. The planet's surface appears to be rocky, much like Earth's, but with a lot of differences. For instance, the side of the planet that faces Proxima Centauri is likely scorched by constant heat, creating a barren, desert-like landscape. Meanwhile, the planet's dark side could be a frozen wasteland, with temperatures plummeting to levels far colder than anything experienced on Earth. But the most intriguing possibility lies in the narrow strip of land between these two extremes, known as the twilight zone. This area, where day meets night, might offer more temperate conditions where liquid water could exist. The existence of liquid water is, of course, one of the essential components of life as we know it. Could there be a secret oasis in this twilight zone, where life has managed to take hold despite the difficult circumstances on the rest of the planet? Another stunning revelation came when scientists examined the possibility of water on Proxima B. If water exists on the planet, it would likely be in the form of ice on the dark side or small, possibly temporary bodies of liquid water in the twilight zone. But the discovery that shocked many was the potential for subsurface oceans, similar to those found on moons like Europa or Enceladus in our own solar system. These oceans could be heated by the planet's core through tidal forces caused by Proxima. B's close orbit to its star. Such oceans do exist. They would be a great place to look for life hidden beneath the planet's icy surface. But let's not overlook the challenges. Another factor is Proxima Centauri's magnetic field, which adds complexity to the planet's environment. Recent studies suggest that the star's magnetic field could interact with the planet's core, generating its own magnetic field. This interaction might protect the planet's atmosphere from being completely depleted by solar wind radiation, much like Earth's magnetic field shields us from the sun's rays. However, the situation on Proxima B is far from straightforward. Star's powerful flares could overwhelm the planet's magnetic defenses, leading to abrupt and dramatic shifts in the planet's climate and surface conditions. These discoveries raise more questions than answers. If Proxima B does have a magnetic field, how strong is it? And how does it influence the planet's atmosphere and life's potential? Could life on Proxima B have evolved to survive the planet's harsh and fluctuating conditions? And if life does exist, what form would it take? Would it be something entirely different from anything we have observed on Earth? Or could it share similarities with extremophiles that thrive in Earth's most inhospitable environments? A hostile world where life faces extreme challenges. While the concept of a habitable planet orbiting Proxima Centauri is captivating, the reality is far from hospitable. The James Webb Space Telescope has provided unprecedented insight into the challenges that life on Proxima B might face. And the picture is anything but rosy. One of the most significant challenges is the planet's exposure to extreme levels of cumulvers, of quarter avels, of quarter elval, of quarter Ls. If you're using like a scanner app and it's like you're gonna die. Like, look at this. And we all know I've been exploring that. And we all know I've been exploring that path. One of the most significant challenges is the MLS 6-day loads. As a squo with contoured IC at we get quote-unquote a quotive nalid slash I get when we see to can with. I can wait quote quite can we you see we with koi get candy koi to kakor to kikanee to concor get could ka kali kakoi to get a koi to kik see you can we I can we ice to critique I we you I would Radiation from Proxima Centauri. Unlike our Sun, Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf star with a much smaller mass and a much more chaotic surface. The fact that this star is so close to Proxima B means there is constant bombardment of the planet with a lot of sunlight, including powerful flares that could be 100 times stronger than the ones our Sun produces. A lethal cocktail is produced by these flares of ultraviolet and X-ray radiation that would be lethal to any life form, similar to those on Earth. The outcomes of this radiation are not just theoretical. In a particularly massive flare in April 2021 from Proxima Centauri, it was found to be strong enough to potentially strip away any atmosphere that existed on Proxima B. This event serves as a glaring reminder of the threats posed by red dwarf stars and casts doubt on the likelihood of Proxima B being a haven for life. Moreover, the constant exposure to such radiation would make the surface of Proxima B an incredibly hostile environment. Any surface water would be rapidly vaporized, and the rocky terrain of the planet would be burned by the unrelenting heat. The planet's dark side, despite not being exposed to direct radiation, is equally inhospitable due to the freezing temperatures. This stark contrast between the scorching day side and the frozen night side leaves little room for a stable, life-sustaining environment. But the challenges don't end there. The James Webb Telescope has also revealed that Proxima B is likely tidally locked to its star. This means that one side of the planet invariably faces Proxima Centauri, while the opposite side is in constant darkness. This tidal locking creates a scenario where the planet's atmosphere that exists would be subject to extreme temperature differences that could result in violent winds and storms as the heat from the day side attempts to balance with the cold of the night side. These harsh conditions would make it incredibly difficult for any form of life to gain a foothold on the planet. And yet, despite these challenges, the possibility of life cannot be entirely ruled out. Some scientists have speculated that life might exist in the twilight zone, the small space between the day and night sides, where temperatures could be more moderate. However, even in this more temperate zone, life would continue to struggle, with the star's powerful radiation and the ongoing danger posed by solar flares. The JWST has also revealed that Proxima Centauri's magnetic field could be a double-edged sword for Proxima B. While it might help shield the planet from some of the star's radiation, it could also cause significant magnetic storms on the planet's surface, adding yet another layer of complexity to the environment. A new level of difficulty for any possible life forms. These discoveries paint a bleak outlook for the habitability of Proxima B. The harsh reality is that, while the planet may have once had potential to support life, its current circumstances make it an improbable contender for a second Earth. What other secrets does Proxima hold? And what can it teach us about the challenges of life in the cosmos? The enigmatic signal that came from Proxima Centauri. When the scientific community was reconciling with the brutal facts about Proxima B, a mysterious signal from its home star, Proxima Centauri, reignited the debate about the possibility of life beyond Earth. In late 2020, astronomers working with the Breakthrough Listen project, an initiative devoted to the search for extraterrestrial communications, detected a strange signal coming from the direction of Proxima Centauri. This signal, broadcasting at 982.07 MHz, was unlike anything researchers had encountered previously, and it didn't take long before rumors and speculations began to swirl. What made this signal so intriguing was its frequency. Unlike many signals picked up by Earth-based spacecraft or satellites that typically function at distinct frequencies, this one stood out as particularly unusual. A few experts speculated that it could be a form of interference from human-made technology, possibly a reflection or a glitch. However, others were forced to wonder, what if this signal was something more? Could it be a message from a thriving, advanced civilization in the Alpha Centauri system, or perhaps even from Proxima B itself? The discovery of this signal led to an intense flurry of science-related activity. Researchers started to analyze the data, looking for patterns or any form of repetition that could indicate it was more than just noise. The idea that we might be close to finding evidence of extraterrestrial life electrified both the scientific community and the general public. But as more data was gathered, the excitement started to wane. Despite the initial excitement, researchers were unable to find any conclusive evidence that the signal was of extraterrestrial origin. It lacked the characteristics of an intentionally sent message. No modulation, no repeating pattern, and no clear structure. Yet, the mystery didn't stop there. Considering that the signal was so unusual and distinctive, the door remained open to the possibility that it could still be something remarkable. Perhaps it was a natural phenomenon we had yet to understand. Or maybe it was a piece of advanced technology malfunctioning or operating in a way couldn't yet comprehend, even though the signal itself might not have turned out to be the smoking gun for alien life. It highlighted just how little we know about the cosmos and the possibility of life beyond our solar system. This isn't the first time a space signal has caused such a stir. The famous WOW signal, detected in 1977, similarly sparked speculation that we had finally made contact with extraterrestrial beings, only for it to remain unexplained to this day. Yet the real question is, what else is out there? If this signal didn't come from an intelligent civilization, what does that imply? Are we really the only ones in the universe? Or is it possible that we haven't developed the right tools to detect life in its various forms? The James Webb Space Telescope, with its ability to peer deeper into the cosmos than ever before, could be the key to unlocking these mysteries. The race to reach Proxima Centauri begins. While the signal from Proxima Centauri remains a mystery. The idea of actually reaching the star system has moved from the realm of science fiction to a genuine scientific endeavor. The Breakthrough Starshot Initiative, led by a group of scientists with a vision and support from prominent figures like Stephen Hawking and Yuri Milner, aims to send tiny laser-propelled spacecraft to the Alpha Centauri system, including Proxima Centauri, within our lifetimes. The concept behind Breakthrough Starshot is as ambitious as it is revolutionary. The plan involves launching thousands of tiny spacecraft, each about the size of a postage stamp, into space. These starships would be equipped with cameras, communication equipment, and sensors to gather information as they travel to the nearest star system. What makes this mission truly groundbreaking is its propulsion system powerful. Ground-based lasers that would accelerate these tiny spaceships to an astonishing 20% of the speed of light. At this incredible speed, the starships could reach Proxima Centauri in just over 20 years, a matter of seconds in cosmic terms. Once there, they would transmit data back to Earth, giving us our first close-up look at Proxima B and the other planets in the Alpha Centauri system. The technology behind this mission is still in its infancy. However, the progress has been nothing short of remarkable. The idea of reaching a new star within our lifetimes has captivated researchers and the public at large. As the spacecraft prepare for their journey, one thing is certain: the race, to Proxima Centauri is just beginning. And the discoveries waiting for us could change everything we know about our universe. Could Proxima B be the key to discovering life beyond Earth? Or is it simply one more cosmic mystery? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to receive more mind-blowing content. Keep an open mind until next time.